These are in listen-only mode.
All right, everyone. Thanks for being on the call today. This is both an introduction to RealPRO. We're going to do a little bit of advanced training. I'm actually going to get up from my seat and shut my door here. So if that gives you an audio issue, I apologize. If you have any trouble here, and we have Lori on the call, and if you can just use your chat on the bottom right-hand corner, we leave all of you muted by design. We don't want to hear dogs barking, children crying, phones ringing in the background, so we just leave you muted. We will pay attention. We will see your questions. So if you ask questions, Lori will from time to time interrupt me if someone asks a question that needs everyone's attention. Otherwise, she'll just answer your question right away. So let's get started. Again, an introduction to RealPRO. What is RealPRO? RealPRO is a tool that was developed by Bank of Commerce Mortgage to help real estate agents make more money. And that's just what it does. If it's used right, it'll help you win more listings, and once you have more listings, it'll help you turn those listings into buyer lead creating assets. It does a lot of the stuff. Now, again, my name is Scott Harris, and I go around the country and I train folks. I train realtors around the country on social media, on things like Google Business Places, on how to maximize their income on Trulia and Zillow, how to control their data. This tool has been very, very valuable for me when I'm doing that training, because it sort of sits at the top of your funnel, and it helps you manage all those things and automate some of those processes. You still have to do stuff, right? But it helps you do a lot of the advertising that you should be doing otherwise. When I go and I train folks, I say, everyone, tell me if you have a listing, raise your hand. This is a hard one to get caught on because everyone raises their hand. We all know that's probably not true. But everyone always raises their hand. And then I say, okay, now I want to give someone kudos. Leave your hand up if you can show everybody right now one of those listings on YouTube. And invariably, nearly everyone, if not everyone, will lower their hand. You guys, we know that YouTube is powerful. And we know that YouTube is owned by Google, but it's just not easy. Getting listings on YouTube is not easy. It's I have to take through. I either have to use some sort of a process like an Animoto or a live video, and then I have to have a YouTube account, and then I got to upload it, and then I got to manage it and maintain it. And so it's not easy, and so we don't do it. And that's one of the things that Bank of Commerce set out to sort of try to solve for you. So by going to a link that your loan officer gave you, you will see, and let's just do that real quick. I didn't have that queued up here, but let's do that. BOCM RealPRO.com / let's just Rick R. Olson. Let's try Rick's page. Now, if you were invited here, just so you know, this is by invitation only. The loan officers are only allowed to sign up a few folks, so it's not for the world. So you should get a link from your loan officer who invited you. This is Rick's page. If you scroll down to the bottom of the page on the link that they gave you, which should be BOCMRealPRO.com / first initial last name. And if you do that and you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see the smiling face of the person that invited you, and you'll click Register Agent. It's very simple. By registering, you're going to get a bunch of really cool features on your BOCM RealPRO account. Okay? By registering, you're going to automatically get a website, and single property websites for your listings and all kinds of stuff. And we'll go through all those here in a minute. I do want to say something about this registration page. Here there is a username, and the username is going to be your login name. But be really careful because you're actually building a domain as well. I use this story all the time. It's a funny story. I had a gal call me and said, I have to change my username. And I said, what do you mean you have to change your username? What's your username? She goes, well, I didn't realize I was building the web name, and my username is Sexy Chick. And I said, yep, you probably don't want sexychick.willsellfast.com. So we changed her username. Remember, if you're going to use your username, make it something that makes sense. Maybe your team name, or maybe an area you sell, or a product you sell, right? HUD Homes, will sell fast. Danville, will sell fast. Okay, those are good. Those are Team R&B, will sell fast. Those are great ways to do it. So you're going to go here and you're going to sign up. Now let's talk about the features. The way I like to do this is bookend it. You're all going to get a home page. And on this home page, it's going to flash through all of your listings as featured properties. Above that, we like to promote you, the realtor, and your information. We always leave you up top. Your partner loan officer will always be there as well. And on the bottom right-hand corner, we have this document that you see here. It says View Our Seller Advantages. This is sort of a listing presentation for you, okay? Also, we have it here in PDF. That's also by design. The reason that this is in PDF is because we want you to be able to steal it and meld it and copy it into your presentation, right? So let's just open the Flash version, but you should open the PDF version and see some of the slides, and you can actually take the slides and use them in your presentation. Copy paste them as you like. Okay? We create a single property website for your property. We create a YouTube video. That's right. We're going to take the pictures and your picture and your information, and we are going to create a video. And then we're going to put that video on YouTube. We're going to share the video and the listing and virtual tours and everything else we do on YouTube and HotPads and Zillow and Trulia and Homes, or Yahoo Real Estate, not Homes. And then using the HotPads Resyndication Network. Oh, I went too far here. Good thing it's moving fast. All right. Then we're going to give you a flyer system, really cool flyers, virtual tours. We're going to give you HTML, so you can post to HTML sites like Craigslist. We're going to give you a mobile website for every property, right? And we also have got some new features that we're going to launch. One of those we're launching today on this call. We're really excited about it. It's an open house system. So again, those are the features. Now let's show you them. This is that single property. No, this is the home page. You click on My Listings, and there'll be a list of all your listings. Okay? And then you click on any of those listings, and you'll have your single property web page. They're gorgeous. We give you a fantastic way to share them on Facebook or Twitter, to share them with somebody via email, to put them on Pinterest, which is really powerful. We also link high-end flyer. We also link YouTube video and virtual tour. If on a mobile device, it'll automatically go to that mobile device. The sites are gorgeous, something you can be proud to share with your customer. There are a lot of folks out there that have single property websites, but they're not very attractive and probably not something you'd share in the home. We wanted to make sure that everything that we do here is something you'd be willing to share with the customer. One of the things that we're really good at is that flyer. This is a gorgeous flyer. It has almost 70 layers. It has just about every artistic element, and literally, when you click Print a Flyer, we create this high-end flyer on click. We get a QR code, we post a QR code, we create the realtor ad, we do this swoosh here that you see, we put picture over picture over picture, we actually put a mask on top of this, and then we make the text selectable. We submit this in our sitemap to Google, and it is crazy powerful the way that comes up. Now, I did mention Google. I want you to understand everything that this thing does, whether it's creating a video and submitting it to YouTube, or creating this flyer and submitting it in our sitemap, or sharing a YouTube video on Trulia and HotPads and Zillow. Everything that it does is to create it to try to help you control your data better and create more leads, and to create so you can win that first page of Google. What we know when we search something on Google, that we don't just get one result. We get the results from Remax and Caldwell and Keller Williams and all of our competitors. In fact, it seems that our competitors are better at creating leads from our listings than we are. But you can fix that if you have a plan, if you understand how to control your funnel and how to control your data. I'm going to show you a couple of tricks on this call how you can do that. But the flyers are gorgeous. It's something we're very good at. We are building right now a complete flyer system so that you can do just listeds and just solds, and you can change descriptions, and we're building an entire system so that you can go in, pick a flyer you like, and hit go, and it automatically create it without you having to do anything else. Virtual tours, I'm not a huge fan of virtual tours because Google can't really read them, so we created a virtual tour page with all the characteristics of a regular web page so Google can read it. We do submit it in our sitemap. So you do get some activity off the virtual tour page, not a lot. YouTube videos. YouTube videos are the way we started. YouTube videos create buyers. When you search for a property on Google, you know what? This is 9400 Deer Park. Let's just go to Google and search for 9400 Deer Park. YouTube, right up top. So that's it, right? I mean, that's powerful. If you're not using YouTube, you should. The only thing, and if you are using YouTube, if you already have video, the only thing more powerful than one video is two. Because Google might think that when you search for an address, Google might think that since there are two videos, that it might pull both of those videos to the top. Why is that? Well, it says, well, there's more than one video. I think this person wants to see a video. Okay? And so those videos, we actually create the title. If you do video on your own, you ought to, for yourself, you ought to steal the way we title them, the way we backlink them. You ought to think about doing that because it's very, very powerful for your business. We create a simple marketing page, and then we leave your information on the screen the entire time. We put your phone number on there and your email address and your photo on screen. Then we slide the photos together and make a nice, well-presented video. We don't like to speak over the videos simply because we don't want to give them too much information. We want it to create a lead. We don't want to give them all the answers. We want them to call if they have more questions. All right, and that is the YouTube video. Here we go. Now, let's talk about how I'm gonna jump around just for a second. I love to use Team R&B. They're a user that has great success with this system. They actually have a person who puts their listings on here. They do a lot of short sales, so they get a lot of pre-sales. The one good thing, let's talk about that for a second. The one good thing about the tool is you can go out and get for sale by owners or builders or banks that maybe otherwise don't want to list the homes, but they can put them on your site, and then you can have them on Trulia and HotPads and Zillow and Yahoo Real Estate and 100 other sites and your Will Sell Fast account. You can have them everywhere except for on your competitors' websites. If you put a for sale by owner on your website and you manage it correctly, you should be able to create more leads from that for sale by owner listing than you would if it were listed. Okay, because you're competing against no one for those leads. You're just sharing the data on behalf of yourself. So Team R&B I love because I show a couple of tricks, and they're powerful tricks, and they use them with great success. Okay? Here's one of them. Call Danny Stutzkevich, maybe, with his phone number. Now, That's a trick that if you're not using that, you absolutely need to take a note and you need to start using that. You cannot do that in your MLS. I already know that. Do not send me a note saying we can't do that. I know you can't do that in MLS. I know that's a RETS violation. Guess what? Trulia doesn't care. Zillow doesn't care. You can put your name and phone number in the description before I syndicate it. You can then log into Trulia and make sure that they're showing this syndication. And then whether you're featuring it or not, when people read the description, they see your name and number first. Even if Zillow and Trulia are putting ads of your competitors on your page, this is a trick that will create more buyers. Okay, and I'll show you when we get to the back office how you can manage that. Let's show you what Team R&B does. So here's one of their properties, 4044 Barn Hollow Way in Antioch. Okay, if you go to the Zillow post or the Movoto, I believe, or the Trulia post, you will see how they use this trick. Here's Team and R&B on Zillow. Now, they are brilliant. Not only are they featuring their homes, as you see here. Doesn't it seem like Zillow has basically copied Trulia straight away? Or maybe vice versa. Anyway, you see their ad here. Okay? You also see Call Danny here. Now, you can't do that through MLS syndicate. Well, the MLS, they already syndicate my listings. Well, if that's good for you, then you compete with the rest of the world on your listings. But that's not smart. Put your name and phone number. Feature your listing so you quit creating leads for other people. Okay? Here's a trick. Put 10 pictures in the MLS. Put 20 pictures in your RealPRO account. Put 20 so that you have 20 pictures on behalf of yourself everywhere except for your competitors. Okay? That's a trick. Make sure that you always have more pictures on the things you control, whether you use this tool or not. Make sure you take that note. Make sure that you're updating the description to have your information on it, and make sure you're putting more photos so that when Google ranks your listing, when people are searching for your property, they're looking for the best resource with the most data. They always find you and not your competitor. Why would you ever give your competitor as much data about your listing as you're sharing on behalf of yourself? Okay, let's talk about Trulia. Same thing. Team R&B. Call Danny. Brilliant. These guys get it. Okay, if you show me one of your listings right now on Trulia or Zillow and they don't look like that, then you're not quite controlling your data. Okay, that's a back office. You know what? I want to do one more thing. I want it they had a property in Hercules. Let's try Hercules, California, real estate, or let's do homes for sale. Home for sale. Enter. Let's see what Trulia has for Hercules, California, homes for sale. Look who's number 2. J. Rockcliffe Realtors. I should never do that. I always tell myself, don't ever do that on a presentation when you don't know how it's going to work out. But guess what? It worked out. Here's our guys. J. Rockcliffe. Look at that. Look at that little thing. Email Team R&B or call to get more information. If you're not doing that, you need to figure out how to do that. You need to have a pro account with Trulia. You need to log in. This little trick, you see, I didn't search address there. I searched city, state, real estate. And on the first page, because they're doing it right, their listing showed up on the first page. Do that and try to find your listings if you're not featuring and you're not using your tricks. You might have to be page 6 or 7. That's why Trulia, with great confidence, can say those agents that are featuring get over 5 times the leads off of their listings. 5 times the leads. What is a $49 or a $79 or a $99 subscription to Trulia worth? 1 deal a year, right? What is this, the power of this worth to them in a listing presentation? Okay, if you're not doing that, you need to be doing that. Now let's get to the back office. This is what your back office looks like. Pretty simple stuff. When you log in, you're going to want to make sure your profile is complete. Make sure your phone number, using your cell phone, let me just, you know what, I'll show you how simple the profile is. It's logged me out. I can log back in. I've done this before. There's the profile. Don't put your office's phone number. Put your cell phone. Put all of your social links. Don't forget to put your California license, and make sure you put your photo and make it a good quality photo and a good quality logo. Okay? It always works better if your logo's on white or it has a nice border if it's not on white. Okay? Junk in, junk out. Don't put crappy photos in here. If the MLS is giving you crappy photos, if we're pulling your data from the MLS and they're crappy photos, then delete them and upload high-quality photos. It takes about 2 seconds to upload photos. You can select all 20, 30, 40 photos at once. All right, back to the dashboard. This is what your dashboard looks like. Add listing by MLS ID. Put the MLS number, put the zip code, hit search. Say that's my listing. And we will add it. Then it will be added to your listings. Let's look at those active listings. Here's Deer Park. This is the one we've been focused on, so let's look at it. Very simple. Every listing gets its own control panel. Craigslist, all this gibberish. People are like, what is that? Right-click, copy. When you go to Craigslist, they give you that big space where that says description. Paste it there. You don't have to add photos or anything. Copy, paste, boom. There is your Craigslist post. Play button. Gotta love a play button. Nobody can resist a play button. Oh, off to your website from Craigslist. Okay. Print flyers. Craigslist HTML. I guess now is the time I can announce a brand new feature. You know what? Let's not do that. Let's do that in a second. Let's edit this listing. Edit this listing. This is the listing. Let's talk about some tricks here. You see these are all in green. These are outlined in green. That tells you that that photo is good. If it's not minimum of 640 by 480, those are going to be in red. Okay, here's a trick that we allow you to do. You can name your photos, your photos before you upload them, and we'll see those names, and that's good. Or you could always do 9400 Deer Park Way, as I mess that up, San Diego front view. Okay? And then copy, paste, change front view to kitchen. Now, when you submit these photos in our sitemap, they're going to be named, and Google sees the name. Because let me tell you something, this iPhone description here, 1100321, it might mean something to iPhone, but it means nothing to Google. Okay? Now, let's talk about that flyer. Remember that flyer that I showed you, that fancy flyer with the 4 photos where this was photo number 1, and these were the little photos? But you want this bedroom photo to be in there because of that great view, so you just put it in there. Now it's in there. Okay? You want to know how to change that description? To view this home, contact Lexi at 949 whatever. So simple. Hit save. All right, this is not quite ready. This is a brand new feature, external YouTube videos. We love it because people are like, well, I got my own video. Can you make that link? Well, we can. If you have a video that you would like to put on there and replace our video Just put the link here, and that'll appear on your website. If you don't want to replace our video, which is the right thing to do, by the way, put your video here. Okay? This is when I say it's not gorgeous yet, it's because we have a whole guide coming in to help you guys, to help you understand. But you can put a link to your video here, your walkthrough. Now you have 2 videos, and we're sharing your video everywhere as well. About video. This was our idea. We think that readers should have an About Me video linked to their Google Business Places page. Write that down. I need a video where I talk about myself, and I need a Google Business Places page. Okay? You got to have that. That has nothing to do with us, but that's something really important. If you have an About Me video, if you're the 1/2 of 1% of all agents that have one of those, or fewer actually, put the link there. It's really smart. Okay? And that is as easy as it is. It'll pull all this data in from the MLS, and if these are in red, just change them. You can select the first photo, select the 31st photo, and hit go, and it'll just go zip, 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 and throw them all in. Okay? You should always name your photos before putting them in, but if you don't, you can just name them in our controller. Now, let's have some fun here with a brand new feature I'm really excited about. It's an open house or a showing feature. Okay? The first thing you're going to do is say, create open house. What photo would you like to use as your open house photo? We'll use this one. What questions do you want us to ask people when signing in? Turn these on or off. Okay? When do you plan to buy? Do you have a home to sell? Are you pre-approved? It's automatically going to ask name, email, phone. Okay? Submit. We just set up an open house. Okay? Now, let's go back to our open house. We're in the home. We have our handy-dandy tablet in our hand, and all we say is start the open house. Yes or no. Yes, start it. Boom. Now, this is not a tablet you're looking at today, so you won't see the entire photo, but it's very simple. You hand somebody a tablet, and it's got this open house, sign in, and they touch the sign in, and they answer some questions. And at the end, it says, thanks for registering for my open house. And then it sends the mobile site to their phone. And then it sends an email thanking them for being at your open house. Then it sends you an electronic copy of the lead with all the questions. Okay? It also, let's see if we can close open house, log back in. It also gives you a leads control panel, so that you can see all of your leads from that, or you can see all of your leads from all of your open houses. Okay? So it's an open house feature. We got some competitors that have it. The way we build new features around here is we just listen. So someone said, hey, you guys need this open house. We saw this over at Open Home Pro, and they're charging agents $10 a month for it, and we think it's a real winner because, you know, we don't want to take paper and a bunch of flyers into open houses, and it gives you an electronic copy of the lead. And then we said, you know what, that makes a lot of sense. So we built it, and we included it. It's just a part of it. Okay? Same thing, right now we're doing a 1-800 call system. We're putting into the system. It's all just a part of it. If it will help our users, if it will help you make more money, then and it works for everyone, then it's probably something that if you ask us to do it, if it answers those questions properly, then it's probably something we're going to put into it. You're our partners, and so we're trying to find ways that we can partner with you in the creation of buyers and sellers so we can do business together. Okay? Before we close this up, I want to help you think big thoughts. Okay? First off, let's just talk, before we do anything else, let's just talk about builders. Okay? I speak to a lot of builders. Agents around the country are getting smart, and they're saying, hey, can I create one of these just for the builder, for one builder? And I said, absolutely. Well, can I put an empty lot with a spec home can I take one lot and make it like 5 listings? Absolutely you can. Okay? So you can have unlimited listings, and you can have them shared everywhere, and they don't have to be on the MLS. And this is one of the only places you can do that. Okay? So builders around the country have started, well, our realtor partners have started talking to builders, and they've actually put me in front of some builders on some bigger deals. MSAs, right, guys? There's a big opportunity for us. If you guys need lender partners in your offices, that's a big opportunity for us as well. Let me show you my all-time favorite trick. I have no listings. Okay, that's okay. I'll show you 2 tricks to get listings today. Okay? The first is open listings. Here's California. Let's talk about California listings. Let's click on California. How do we get a listing? Did you know that HUD homes are open listings? That means that you, whether you're the listing agent or not, so long as you have a valid NAID number, that if there's a HUD home in your market, you're allowed to market that home. Okay? So we have a lot of realtors that watch HUD Home Store in their county like a hawk. And the second it's listed, they run out, take a bunch of photos, and they're the first one to put this home everywhere. Right? Most of the listing agents are not doing a good job of marketing their home. They'll take 6 pictures and that's it. If you're taking 16 pictures, you're going to win. You want to have showings by the weekend? Go out and do 3 or 4 nice HUD homes in your area. That's right. You're allowed to take this listing that you see on screen, and you're allowed to market it as if it was your own listing, so long as you have a valid NAID number. Most offices, ask your broker, most offices have a valid NAID number. Here's a $600,000 house in Woodland Hills that is probably way under marketed, and you could be creating leads on that home today. Okay? For sale by owners do not like to list their homes on the MLS right away, right? So here's a trick that we've done over and over and over. Let's do this. Let's go to Craigslist. And let's go to Los Angeles, California, and let's go to Long Beach, and let's go to real estate for sale, and let's go to this affordable Long Beach condo, and let's make sure, nope, let's go to real estate for sale by owner. You guys, I know a lot of you in there were going, nope, you did it wrong. You're right, all housing, real estate by owner, search. Now, here's the trick that we figured out. All you have to do is send these guys an ad, a quick comment, just hit reply and say these words: I saw your home on Craigslist, I'd love to come by and see it. Make sure you put that you're a realtor at the bottom. But that's it. Don't tell these people that you are the rock star agent. Don't ask them why they're not listing their home. Don't ask them if they're willing to co-op. None of it. You have a house to sell. I saw it. I'd love to see it. The first thing they're going to do is reply to you or call you. When they get you on the phone, they're going to tell you the answers to all the questions that you might have otherwise tried to get out of them in email. Less is more here. They're going to tell you that they are probably short, right? That they might be a short sale. They're going to tell you they can't afford the other 3%. They'd love to get it listed, but they can't. They're going to say, well, I really want to try it on my own right now, but I'm willing to co-op 3%. You just say, hey, love to come by and see it. Okay? When you get in front of them, when you are in front of them, look at their house and just tell them how gorgeous it is, or give them your opinion, or help them along the way. On the way out the door, you can say, you know what, since you're willing to co-op, I could feature it for free on my website for you, if me to, and I could share it everywhere. Maybe we create a buyer for you. And then when you're ready to list, you would then, if we can't sell it that way, then maybe you can list with me later. okay? You just got an appointment, and now now 2 out of 3 times you should have a listing on your RealPRO account, which means you have it on Trulia and HotPads and Zillow, and you're competing against no one. No one. It's all for you. All right, guys, so that's my time here. I hope we can partner with you. We have a 101, 201, 301 series. We have a mastery series where we can really help you make more money with the tool. Would love to see you guys be a part of that. The only thing else that I have to tell you is that it's way too valuable to give away for free. We've been told by RESPA that we're not allowed to give it to you. Drum roll, right? Oh, here it is. Here's where they tell me, really, guys, we want to give it away for free, and we're just not allowed. So we give you 90 days for free. We call that the trial period. After that, you pay $10 a month, period. No matter how much we add, no matter what else we do, it's just $10 a month. You put as many listings on there as you want. Again, we didn't want to charge, so a token fee is all we're charging so that we can be RESPA compliant. So, and if you don't, after the 90 days, if you don't find any value in it, then don't use it. But either way, make sure you thank your loan officer for inviting you here. They really obviously want to partner with you because I know they only have a few, the few licenses that they're allowed to share. So.
And Scott, we do have a couple questions.
Okay, talk to me.
The first one is the system Mac compatible?
Sure. Absolutely.
The other question was a request to repeat the section on the open house tool.
Sure. Piece of cake. 2 seconds. Where's my login? Go to your active listings. Go to one of your listings. Start open house. Once you have it started, or create open house. This one says edit. Let's see what this one says. Create open house. Pick the picture, so let's say we'll use this picture or this gorgeous kitchen picture. Are you pre-approved for financing? Do you have a home to sell? When do you plan to buy? Let's just ask those 2 questions. Click submit. And we've just set up an open house. Go back to it. Start open house. Yes, please start it. There we go. You also noticed that picture was in red, right? I'm glad we did that one. That's why it's a crappy picture. When the picture's in red, that is not a good quality photo. Let me Lexi. ADs. All right. Close the open house. Here's our open house. Start open house. Yes, started. There we are again. Again, this photo is on a regular screen, so it's not going to look the same on the tablet. It should be, most of the photos should show up on the tablet, but this is not the same height and width characteristics as the tablet. The customer will basically click sign in. They will put their name in. And then they'll put their phone number in. And hit submit. When they get done answering the questions, they'll say, "Thank you for visiting my open house." It will send them the mobile site to their phone. It will send them a thank you with a copy of the flyer to their email, and it will create a lead in your leads control panel as a realtor, and it will send you a copy of the lead via email. Pretty cool. Anything else, Lori?
No, there's nothing else typed in there.
Okay. Well, look, guys, I really appreciate you being on. This thing is growing really quickly. I hope that, like Team R&B, we get a couple of folks that really dig in and become a part of the mastermind group and and really start to see their leads increase. My brother is a big lister, and it's my brother, for heaven's sakes, and he didn't use it for years and years. He didn't use any of the systems. He used to tell me, I got too much going on, I got too many leads already, what would I do with them? And then he began to hire agents, and last month he said, you know what, I'm going to start using this tool. Help me out. And so I showed him the stuff I showed you today and the stuff that we show in the Mastermind series, and then he's got his folks working on it. And the next day he set up 8 showings, and every day after that he's been overwhelmed with business, and now he's finally getting a CRM put together for his leads. And he called me and he says, I have no clue what I was waiting on. He said, this is cool stuff. It's really going to help. It's really going to make me a lot of money. So that's the right answer. We want to help you make a lot of money. We want, when you show up to work on Monday morning, we want you to know the kinds of activities you can do that will really help you earn. So thanks again for being on. Look forward to working with you guys.